Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure to present in front of you. I'm Tasfia Mubashshirat, and our paper is based on guidelines for cleaner production, a case study of plastic recycling industries in Bangladesh. This is the overview of our presentation.
Plastic industry in Bangladesh has grown over the past 2 decades, but still people find it easier to dump plastic waste in open places or near the roadside or a seaside rather than to correctly discard it for recycling purposes. Plastic waste does have a huge impact on the environment, as you can see here. So emphasis on plastic waste recycling is one potential solution to this issue.
We can get an impression about the plastic waste scenario of urban areas of Bangladesh here. We can see that 35.8% of the waste ends in the recycling industry. There is an opportunity for recycling industry to grow. However, small and medium recycling industries may be more environmentally damaging by then.
The aim of the study is to propose guidelines for cleaner production to small and medium plastic recycling industries. The recycling process is shown here, which has a lot of room for improvement because in Bangladesh the practice is not standardized. Most of the works are done manually, which is not acceptable, and most importantly is harmful for both environment and human health. We've got to know that the role of plastic in the circular economy is a topic of high interest, and a major percentage of the used plastic is mismanaged in Bangladesh, posing a great threat to the environment and human health. But it is a matter of great regret that where there have been guidelines for cleaner production in the footwear and manufacturing industries, no similar guidelines for the plastic recycling sector, especially small and medium industries, have been proposed till now. This research seeks to detect harmful plastic recycling practices. We have gone through 50 plus papers to conclude that cleaner production guidelines will help to formalize the recycling sector by presenting a standardized way to perform it. Implementation of cleaner production guidelines will increase profitability and productivity, lower production costs, and ensure more efficient use of energy. So now we will talk about our proposed guideline based on cleaner production for plastic recycling industries.
Thank you, Tasfia. This is Shunchita. The aspiration of proposed guideline is to ensure increased production while reducing waste generation and harmful environmental impact. The guidelines are segmented into 6 categories, namely principle of automation, energy consumption and resource management, increase in environmental efficiency, environmental protection and waste management, enhancing environmental management, and occupational safety and health. Now I will mention some vital points from the proposed guidelines. Starting with collection, innovative waste collection ideas are required to minimize unattended plastic waste. Consumers should be encouraged to learn more about reusability, recyclability, and recoverability of products. Then, sorting hazardous waste out, the rest of the plastic waste should be segregated according to their chemical components to ensure efficient recycling. The manual cleaning and drying process is harmful to both the environment and the workers related. Therefore, industrialization of this process is strongly recommended. Installation of advanced and automated machines for shredding and extrusion would result in reduced waste generation. Every employee should have adequate knowledge and proper training. They should be encouraged to use industrial personal protection equipment. To reduce electricity uses, decertification fans and high efficiency lamps may be installed. We further recommend utilizing solar energy to meet the electricity demand. Generated waste must be treated before discharging into the environment. Grey water reuse with proper treatment is highly encouraged. When the water is not recycled, it shouldn't be thrown out directly into the earth. The environmental impact of the full process must be addressed and the process has to be updated accordingly to mitigate the harmful impact. Then standard operation procedure must be established and maintained. The environmental performance has to be under continuous and strict scanning. This was a glimpse of the proposed guidelines. Now this is a flowchart showing our methodology. We used our research and industry experience to conduct a rigorous case study and develop effective guidelines. We then conducted a focus group survey with open-ended questions. Afterward, we evaluated our guidelines' viability in the context of Bangladesh plastic recycling business.
Okay, now come to the results and findings. For this work, we have visited 3 recycling industries of different types. Here, we have compared 3 industries according to the process, production, work area, employees number, waste generation, and monthly electric bill. And here is some pictures that have taken during the operating hours of industries as they practice. In this slide, we have mentioned in what extent cleaner production guidelines are applied in the survey industries currently. In the industries, most of the processing steps are done manually and old machineries are used for shredding and heating. For energy source, they solely rely on electricity. They had only installed electric fans and energy efficient lights in their industries. To increase environmental efficiency, plastic wastes are reused and unwanted wastes are resold. For waste management, wastes are sorted generically, but wastewater is discharged after recycle for a few times without any further treatment. To enhance environmental management, environmental impacts are not identified and assessed, as well as vocational training has never emerged. For safety, there is no fire alarm or smoke detector, and workers don't use any sort of protective equipments. Talking about major challenges and opportunities, firstly, absence of proper rules and regulations. Then, inaccessibility of the resources, mainly financial, managerial, and technical. Thirdly, being indifferent to environmental damages and lack of awareness. And finally, not taking health and safety risks seriously. Coming to the conclusion, a critical question would be arised whether current practice of plastic recycling is doing more bad than good, as it would be very hard to implement automation guidelines by small and medium enterprises. Also, it's difficult to understand inefficiencies as use of energy is not measured. So, proper regulations and policies should be mandatory for SMEs to minimize environmental risks and ensure safety. That's all from our presentation. Thank you for your kind attention.